7:14 right now. You know, it's a real fear for parents every year when those kids go back to school. You worry about them, A, getting sick, but you also worry about them getting lice, because it's nasty, right? Head lice infestations are most common among preschool and elementary school age kids. Millions of infestations happen every single year. So what do you do if your kid comes home and you think that they might have those little buggers in their hair? For those answers, we've got Dr. Lauer. She's the medical director of Lice Clinics of America. See, that's the thing. When I was a kid, we didn't necessarily have clinics designed specifically for this. But Dr. Krista, you're saying that it's a different game now than it was 20 years ago. Why is that? It's
a different game now because, unfortunately, over time, the lice have evolved, and they've developed resistance to the pesticides in the products that worked when you and I were children.
Right, because when I was a kid, my mom would get that nasty comb from the store,
right,
and she'd get this solution and put it in your hair, and it would kill off the lice, then you'd comb them out. But you can't do that with the same products we used to be able to do.
That's right. The lice are resistant to that. They're called super lice.
Super lice.
And so we've had to develop new options for managing a lice infestation.
Well, we got to take care of the super lice.
Yes.
So you guys have a procedure I know that your clinic does, and a lot of clinics will do, with this fancy machine here. I thought it looked like a vacuum tube, but it's not a vacuum.
No, so this is called the Aerolay device. It is an FDA-cleared Class 1 medical device that was developed by a professor at the University of Utah,
okay,
and perfected over 10 years. And it's been used in the Lice Clinics of America clinics for over 3 years, over 300,000 treatments, 99.2% effective, and it works in a completely revolutionary way. It actually dehydrates the lice, so it kills lice and their eggs, and that is a cure.
Okay, and can parents see the lice? You know, I got to be honest, I have 3 kids. I've never, went through and looked for lice. How would I know if my kid has lice?
Right, so that's probably the most important thing with back to school time when kids are getting in close proximity again, is to be aware of this as a problem and to be looking for it. And you're looking for mostly the nits, which are almost like grains of sand firmly cemented to the hair shaft, very close to the scalp.
Okay.
You can see the lice, but they move quickly, and they're as small as a sesame seed.
Oh, man.
So
they're nasty
it's
little
difficult
buggers, aren't
to
they?
see. Yes, they are.
I mean, they keep you in business, I get that, but they're still
they
nasty little buggers.
They are.
So will my kids have an itchy head? I mean, will there be other signs that I should start looking closer?
Yes, well, the problem is that it takes 4 to 6 weeks the first time you're exposed to actually get symptoms.
Oh, wow.
So by the time your child has an itchy head, they've had the infestation for a while. Okay. That's why it's best to start looking really weekly. Do a head check with your kids. Absolutely.
All right, everybody line up.
Yeah.
It's head check time.
Right, Sunday night. Check it out.
And it spreads pretty fast, right? So if you've got one kid that has it, there's a chance your other 2 or 3 kids could have it too.
Right. 6 to 12 million cases in the States every year. Most between the ages of 3 and 11, elementary school kids. And once it comes into the household, caregivers, other people in the house.
So the old school products don't necessarily work, and I know you guys have some new products. This one actually will get rid of it at home if you can't make it into a facility, and this is for preventing it.
Yes, this is the Preventer Kit. It's a new kit that was developed through the expertise in our clinics.
Got it.
And we have over 150 clinics in the States. And what this does is weekly, you put it in the hair. It's got a nice dispenser that easily distributes the product. It kills lice on contact. Oh. You just wash it out with your regular shampoo. It doesn't leave a greasy residue. And then if those lice have laid eggs, they'll be killed with the application the next week. So by keeping on top of it, you stay ahead of it.
You gotta do it every week, though.
Yes.
And this one will remove them differently than the old pesticides.
Exactly. This is a dimethicone-based product.
Got it. And
it's much more effective than the other dimethicone-based products that are available because it's got this easy applicator that's distribute well. It has a detangler, so it's easier to comb out afterwards, and it rinses out well. Nice scent.
Take that, super lice. We gotcha. Doctor, thank you so much for coming in. I mean,
thank you.
It's a nasty subject to talk about.
It is.
But it's so important. You talk about the millions of kids who have it, and parents, we got to kind of line the kids up and do the lice check. We'll get over to Greg. Greg, I hate to even ask this, but did you have lice?
Oh, yeah.